What do you say we head to Louisville, Kentucky, and right near Churchill Downs? That's where there's a lot of activity going on. Not horse racing tonight, but celebration for the Elite Eight in the Division II basketball tournament, where this week it'll be once again West Liberty in action as they try to continue their quest for a national championship. And joining us right now, the head coach of West Liberty, Jim Crutchfield. Coach, good evening and welcome back to the Sportsline.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure to have you on, and we congratulate you all the way across the board on yet another fantastic season and all the things that you've got rolling there at West Liberty and in this basketball program. You're no longer a stranger to this party that is the Elite Eight. How much does that help you personally, having been there? How much does it help some of the kids having experienced this in the past as you get ready to play here this week?
You know, I'm not really sure, but I'm hoping it's an advantage. And, yeah, I think sometimes when you get this far into a tournament and able to go to a new venue like Louisville here in Freedom Hall, the excitement of just being here can be the focus. And we don't want that to be the focus. We want to enjoy that. But we're kind of hoping that the focus is on winning the basketball game. And I think maybe if you've been here a couple times, your focus does tend to go more toward the game and a little bit less toward the trappings. And, you know, you enjoy it, but you know what you're here for. And I'm kind of hoping that's how it shakes down here.
Jim Crutchfield is our guest, the head coach at West Liberty. In your experiences in postseason play when you get to this level, does it change at all in regard to style of play? Does it change at all in regard to how you coach your team?
No, I don't think so. You know, of course, you may see a different opponent as far as style-wise, but what we do is not going to change, and what I do as a coach is not going to change. But you know, you prepare all week for a big game like this, and it comes down to 40 minutes, and the environment itself is also a little bit different because, you know, it's this 18,000-seat arena, and there'll probably be maybe 3,000 fans there, so it's not the normal packed house that the players are used to. But, you know, they've been here before. They know what to expect, and, you know, we don't change a whole lot. And, you know, we're running into a team that has a different style than us, and they're going to be playing a team that's different than what they've been playing, so I think everybody, you know, kind of dances with what brought them here. It'd be almost crazy not to.
Coach, so far in the tournament, you've cruised along pretty easily. At this time of year, would you have rather been in a close game at this point, or does it matter and you just roll the balls out and let's go get them?
Well, from the outside looking at those scores, it looked a lot easier than it felt from the bench where I was sitting. You know, those games were actually pretty close. That championship game was tied midway through the second half. I think the semifinal game with Fairmont was pretty even in the middle of the second half, and we finished strong down the stretch. The scores are a real good indication of the games, and I'm happy with them. You know, I don't feel like we needed a close game. We've had our share of close games. We play that out in practice every day. We play 3 minutes on the clock and even score and play out how we're going to finish games. So we are all comfortable. And as a coach, I'm comfortable how to finish a game. So yeah, I'm just happy that we won the games. If you ask me, would I rather have been in a close game? The answer would be no. I felt pretty comfortable a minute ago with a 10-point lead, so we'll take it as it happens.
Jim, needless to say, you guys are unique in terms of your style, and this is the first time these programs have ever met. That being said, does it help you guys with your unique style that you're facing someone who doesn't know you? Does that make your scheme even tougher to defend?
I've heard people say that, and it kind of makes sense that it would look that way. But now I'm looking at the opponents that we've played multiple times. And, you know, we played Fairmont 4 times and Wheeling 3 times. It seemed like every time we played a team over and over again, our results got better and better. So I'm not really sure. You know, but, you know, it does make sense that someone who is not used to our style, it might create some problems for them. I'm hoping so here at the national tournament.
Jim Crutchfield is our guest, the head basketball coach at West Liberty University. They take on Winona State Thursday afternoon, 2:30 inside Freedom Hall. You mentioned earlier, Jim, that Winona State presents a different style of play than you guys use. Talk to us, as you watch tape on them, exactly what you expect and what makes them different.
Well, they have a great post player, a stronger post player than we've seen all year. He's a first-team All-American. And it's not because of his size. He is 6'9", 250, but it's the way he plays the game. He's really strong with his post moves. He knows how to play without fouling. He knows how to seal people and get the ball inside, and the offense kind of goes through him. If you double him, he kicks the ball to open shooters, and they can all shoot it. So they're a little bit different style than we're used to because they have a dominant post player. But they've got good players all across the board. And really, they're just a big, strong, talented team. And, you know, they're a program. Winona State has they were a half a second away from winning 3 consecutive national championships a few years back. They've been here before. They're very well coached. It's a strong leg. You know, for us, the only difference between the normal opponent we play is this team is definitely bigger and stronger than anybody we've played all year.
And when you take a look at it, though, does that the fact that they've got, and I believe his last name's pronounced Vetty, Clayton Vetty, who's averaging 21 and 8, that also at the same time presents you with an opportunity, right? Because your 5 guy can step out and shoot. You're going to force him away from the basket, correct?
I hope so. You know, obviously, we're hoping to create some matchup falls with him. However, he is a very good athlete, and he's capable of stepping out. You know, he's a big guy, but he's pretty mobile. And I'm hoping that it does create some problems, that he doesn't want to step away from the basket defensively. But, you know, I think both teams are going to have an advantage. You know, we might be able to shoot the ball a little more mobile with our big guys, and they're a little bit stronger. You know, but you never really know till you get on the court and see how it plays out.
Coach, how have you defended bigs when you've seen them? Because you're not the biggest club in the world. 6'6" is your biggest player, at least your biggest starter. You got a couple 6'7" that come off the bench. When you face a true big man, a post player, how well do you defend him?
You know, there's going to be times where we're going to have to double down. You know, our guys have to realize when our post guy is in danger. You know, if we've got him 12 feet in the basket and got him pretty well sealed there, we don't need to double. But if we get our guys in serious trouble, single post inside, you know, when he puts the ball on the floor to try to push his way to the basket, we're going to have to double down and rotate quick, and we're going to have to scramble a little bit on defense.
Jim Crutchfield, the head coach at West Liberty, with us, joining us from Louisville. They got a banquet tonight as they get ready for the Elite Eight on Thursday.
Without giving us any of your trade secrets, when you get these guys in the locker room before the game on Thursday, is your speech more motivational based or is it more technical based on what you need to do in that particular game?
A little bit of both. I like to think these guys don't need a whole lot of motivation, but you know, it is a motivational situation where we're in the Elite Eight. They're going to be pretty well motivated. I don't want to get them too excited. They're pretty technically minded. We'll talk X and O's, and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll probably do it almost exactly the same way we do in our locker room before almost every single game. Some things we do by tradition, and we'll continue to do those here so they know it's the same basketball court, the same game. We got to do what we do if we want to be successful.
One last question for you, and we certainly do appreciate your time. I was talking with the folks down in Parkersburg yesterday about Chase Feeler, and your name came up, is that you guys were interested in him coming out of high school. What were your memories of him? What did you like about him? And give me just your thought as you see this kid explode on the stage that he's currently performing on.
I like his athleticism. I like the fact that he was very versatile in his skills. He hasn't shown on national TV, but he can shoot the ball from the three-point line. And as I watch him on national TV, my thoughts are, why is he not at West Liberty? He should be here with right now.
It's amazing, Coach, isn't it? I mean, when you look at it and you see how a lot of schools didn't see there, and I mean, you've made your living off of China. You know, you do a great job of evaluating of what can be rather than what is there right now. And so that's what I'm hearing. I hear he's got a great ability to pass the ball. He's incredibly athletic. He can shoot the ball. And it's amazing in this day and age, isn't it, that kids still get passed over that could play at a high level.
Well, it came down to West Liberty and Florida Gulf Coast, and it was tough to fight that beach. But, well, gentlemen, a team picture here for me right now, so I better run before I get in trouble here.
You got a deal.
I appreciate the time on the radio.
Hey, Coach, best of luck to you. Take care.